I don't know if you heard about the guy who had a wife and kids for 12 years in a DMT trip, and he came back really messed up because he thought like, wow, you guys aren't my family. I had a wife and kids for 12 years. His DMT trip was over an hour, but to him, that time dilation, or that when he entered that space where time doesn't exist, he was he came back delusional.
Why
Well,
would
not
wait,
delusional.
why would they kind of create that then? Why would someone experience in a dim tree trip like a whole nother lifetime to then come back?
From what I've noticed with the timelines, you're experiencing just a different timeline. That's it. That's all you're experiencing. Whether you're experiencing a different incarnation, or you have incarnations, which are you, and it's so complex. Where from what I've seen, you think of it like a book where time is stacked on top of each other like pages in a book. And we in this 3D plane can flip open this book and then read it in a linear perspective. But on a higher perspective, it's all stacked. So let's say you want to visit your current incarnation who's linked to so many different past incarnations, you could just jump to different timelines because you're connected by certain energy. There's certain shadow work that you need to do through this astral realm of, for let's say you had your mother killed you in a past life, or your brother killed you in a past life and he came back as your son. That is the karmic debt that you need to recognize, because that happens to a lot of people, where the universe gives you these signs, or these people keep incarnating back into your life to heal you, to fix you, to heal a karmic debt. And it's up to us to recognize it, because you meet these people. Some people, there's good soulmates where you're just like, I just know I've known this person before and I don't know where, but I know them. And then there's other people who you have some trauma and they might have murdered you, or they might have done something very cruel to you. And now you got to come back in this lifetime and love them unconditionally. Now that's just past lives. Now you have other lives where your current timeline branches off. Let's say you heard the Mandela effect, where people experience different realities and different timelines, and we're like, no, I remember this. I did a video about Sinbad being a genie. I'm like, I vividly remember that. Now with timelines, it's a lot different. It's like you're still on this same course, but it branches off into different directions. So the different choices you make in different universes, I saw there were multiple universes. So there are different universes where you are doing something completely different than what you are doing right now. And that's where people essentially travel to, or they venture off into, where now they're seeing, oh, I have this life where I have a wife and kids, and this lifetime I don't have anything. So they come back feeling lonely because they're feeling the frequency and the energy of that particular timeline. And that's essentially it.
Kind
It's
of
just
like
you venturing off.
sort of samsara. I came across that concept. I think I believe in it. I also wanted to ask for the people that are listening that are like a bit skeptical, what made you kind of believe in these concepts like star sign, um, us kind of having these life path numbers and star signs mainly?
Hmm. You know, what's interesting, I always encounter women who were very big into astrology,
Yeah,
and they would tell me, like, they would read me like a book. And I'm like, how do you know this? Like my current partner now, she's very big into astrology, but I just noticed that, wow, I'm more compatible with my sister signs. As a Virgo, that would be Capricorn, Virgo, and who else? Taurus. Like I noticed all of my positive relationships were with my fellow sister signs. And of course it's more elaborate than that, because you go into your moon, your rising, and your nodes and all that. That's a different story for a different time. But that's kind of what made me start to look more into astrology and start to do more research into it, and seeing like, oh, okay, there is correlation here. And you see that they've been doing it, it's ancient. And
what,
it
what
was
exactly is the
forbidden at point.
what exactly is the correlation?
Remember how earlier in the conversation I was saying how we are all programmed as in a down loop? It's coding.
Yeah.
That's essentially it.
Okay.
We're coded with a cosmic blueprint. When we come in, the stars, the time, all of that is coded within our soul contract, and it comes back into this you, and it tells you you are supposed to function like this. And if you don't function like this, you're going to feel like you're very out of line. You're going to I compare it to like shaving against the grain, where you get this ingrown hair because you shaved against the grain. Like that's what it's like to live a life that's not aligned.